Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jaded Blossom, and this is the assembly for the Build an Ornament Character Add On dies. So I'm using the brand new Build an Ornament Character Add On dies, and you're going to want the original set Build an Ornament die because you need to use these 3 pieces. There we go. And next, I'm going to be using Gingham linen from Doodlebug. And then this is Plaid Polka Dot Grid Daisy Stripe from Doodlebug, Dot Stripe from Doodlebug. And that is so much fun in the 6-inch pad from Doodlebug. This is P13 Stamping Pad Skin Tones. Okay, so first we're going to put together the first one. Cut out of American Craft or paper tray ink white cardstock, and then again out of this Dot Grid Daisy Stripe. It's just a brown dot. And I'm going to add on my American Crafts silver little topper. So these would be really fun for kids to do, I think. Then this piece is American Crafts white cardstock. And I'm just using my Barely Art glue again to add that on. So that's the little icing piece for it. Isn't that fun? And then you can weight it down with the acrylic block. Next, I will add on, this is the mouth, cut out of American Crafts black cardstock, and then American Crafts red cardstock for the tongue. And I'm just reaching off to the side for the eyes. So I'm going to add on the little mouth with my reverse tweezers. And then the little eyes, I will add on these. This is American Crafts black cardstock. I'll be using my embellishment wand to put them on. And, oops. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the spot and then add the eye, just because they're pretty tiny. There we go. Now you could add Google eyes, you could add enamel dots, you know, whatever you want. So I'm pulling out some EK Success chalk, and I'm going to chalk the cheeks in pink, because of course your gingerbread person would have pink cheeks, right? There we are. And I'll be pulling out a Sakura white jelly roll pen and a number 10 as well. And there it is. And I'm going to add some freckles, because of course it would have freckles. Right? And these are super easy to decorate a card front, right? Isn't that cute? And this is an A2 size card. And there's your greenery from the Build an Ornament set. Okay, so next I'm going to put together number 2. This is the other gingerbread ornament. Now you'll notice that I cut the other one out of, this is at a dot stripe, and I didn't bother with the other layer. I just cut the base layer out of that dot. And then I'm going to add the pieces on top of this. You could do it this way, right? There's 2 ways. Now this is American Crafts white cardstock for the icing. We'll add that on as well. And then we will add on a little American Crafts red little smile and some fun little black eyes as well. These ones kind of have like eyelashes or whatever going off to the side. And I'm going to use a Sakura white jelly roll pen and a number 10. I'm just going to color under where the eyes are, just so I could have white highlights in the eyes, because, you know, Leanne is nuts like that, right? It drives me crazy. So I'm just going to color where I'm going to put these little eyes down. That's what I use the little pencil for, to mark the highlight. And then I will add on the little eyeball and line it up over that white highlight. And of course my little finger rubbed it a bit, but you know, I'll fill it in again at the end of the video to make it a little bit more bright white. Oh, I'll dot it right now. Actually, I lied. So there it is. I'm going to pull out my little EK Success chalk and chalk those cheeks. And I put a little too much on, so I grabbed another pom-pom just to blend it a bit. And then I'm going to add some freckles as well, because why not? And there we go. Isn't that cute? So you could easily fit 2 of these on a card, right? Isn't that cute? Okay, so this guy is a little reindeer. So cut out of American Crafts brown cardstock and kind of like a light beige. Oops. And I'm going to add those 2 pieces together with my Barely Art glue. So I'm kind of lining it up so it's straight, and then I'll add it kind of centered to the bottom. Isn't that cute? And we've got some really cute little antlers, also cut out of American Crafts darker beige cardstock. I'm going to add the little topper on. That's that silver cardstock from American Crafts as well. Little black American Crafts nose. The little inside of the ears were cut from Doodlebug's plaid polka, or no, dot grid daisy stripe or something like that. It's in the pink anyway, the pink dot. There we are. And I will add these little ears to the back of the ornament. There, I'm just trying to line it up. There we are. And then I can add my little antlers on as well. I just think this is so cute. And like I said, kids could easily do this. And remember, in the Jaded Blossom store, you can get the plain round MDF ornaments that fit these exactly. And you could add them to your order. So for this one, I'm going to use some shape sprinkles from Doodlebug. Those are called an eye for an eye. And I'm just going to use the sprinkles for eyes. You see, that works as well. There are also die cuts that you can use, right? Whatever you want to do. So that's some little EK Success chalk. And I will use that same Sakura white jelly roll pen to add a highlight to the nose and some freckles, because of course your little reindeer would have freckles, right? Remember, you can add bows to these, whatever you want, right? And there it is on an A2 size card. Okay, next, this is, I cut it out of American Crafts red cardstock, and then again out of P13 Stamping Pad Skin Tones. There we go. And then this is American Crafts green cardstock. So this is going to be like an elf body ornament. Now you could have skipped that skin tone layer if you wanted to and just had the red peeking out. That would have worked too. Whatever you want. Now this is American Crafts black cardstock for the belt. So that's going to go around the belly. Here we go. And then this is that buffalo, or what is it called? Plaid polka dot from Doodlebug in yellow for the collar. And this is American Crafts gold cardstock for the little belt buckle. So you're going to want to line that up in the middle as well as you can. Just pop it in place. So I do weight these down with an acrylic block after I'm done. I just find everything just sticks nice and flat that way, you know. And then next I'll add on my little topper. That's that same silver cardstock from American Crafts. And then next I'll add my two little buttons on. Now these were cut out of American Crafts black cardstock, but you could easily have used little black enamel dots or yellow enamel dots, whatever you want. There we go. Oops. And that's an A2 size card front, and there it is. Okay, again, P13 Stamping Pad Skin Tones. Not sure if I mentioned this, but Jaded Blossom usually has that in their store under Fun Extras. So I'm going to add on my little skin tone circle, and I put that onto an American Crafts black base. Next, I'm going to add on my little silver topper. And we'll make a little elf head this time. This is American Crafts, kind of like a lime green cardstock. So I'm going to kind of line that up. Now you could place this however you like on the top of this little ornament. I probably would tilt it more down, like have that point more down to the left. But, you know, it worked. Next, I'm going to add in, this is Plaid Polka Dot from Doodlebug for the edge of the hat. I just think it's so cute, right? You could obviously have dropped that little band down a little bit more if you wanted it a little lower on the head. This is American Crafts brown cardstock, so we're going to give it a little bit of hair. There. We will add the ears. That's cut from that same P13 Stamping Pad Skin Tone, so we're just going to line that up. There we are. And you could make these look like your kids, right? Use the right skin coloring, use the right hair color, whatever you want. Okay, so this one's got some pretty cute little pouty lips. This is American Crafts red cardstock. Now you could use just the main base piece and call it done. But the the top layer that has two little lips that you stick down onto the you know, the whole piece. Just adds a little bit of something, but you could certainly skip that and just use the main piece. Then the little nose, that same P13 Stamping Pad Skin Tones. And the little eyes is American Crafts black cardstock. And adding those with some Barely Art glue. This one has like kind of like eyelashes going off to the side. And of course I'm going to pull in the EK Success pink cheeks, because why not, right? And that Jelly Roll pen in a number 10 to add some little freckles, because of course we do. I just think she's super cute. And there she is on an A2 size card front. Okay, so we're pulling out, this is the same P13 Stamping Pad Skin Tones again, and we're going to make a Santa this time. This is American Crafts red cardstock. I'm going to add on the hat. Now you could just make these little kids, period, and, you know, just have them wearing little toques or little snow hats, I guess, if you're American, right? Us Canadians call them toques. Okay, so this is American Crafts white cardstock for the beard. And then this is also American Crafts white cardstock. I love all the stitching detail on this little hat, the furry hat band. But you could definitely make that whatever color you want, right? And add on the little pom-pom. Isn't that cute? Next, we will add on the little mustache, but I'm going to add some EK Success chalk first. Trying to figure out, I'm going to add some cheeks, and then I'll add a little bit by where the lips are going to be, just to add a little bit of pink there. There we go. And then we will center my little mustache. I've got a little nose cut out of that same P13 Stamping Pad Skin Tones. Adding that with that same Barely Art glue. And of course we will add some eyes. Now these ones have little highlight dots in them. And I'm just sort of messing around with them. I'm going to do the same thing and add some white behind the eyes. So when I stick the eyes down, they will have the highlight in them already. Because everyone knows Leanne hates it when the highlight is not white in the eyes. It drives me crazy. I don't know why. Certain things drive me nuts, and that's one of them. And there it is. Now you could have easily used Google eyes, little, you know, enamel dots, whatever you want. Make it easy, right? And then there are the little freckled cheeks again, and there it is. Okay, so this is another one. And this is that same P13 Stamping Pad Skin Tones. So I'm going to make a different little elf. Cut the hat out of that plaid polka dot from Doodlebug. And then American Crafts green cardstock for the trim. You know, so just making sure it's lined up well. You'll see the base I cut out of American Crafts red cardstock. You know, use what you like. It's mostly covered. There we go. And then I will add on my little green. This is green American Crafts cardstock. And I'll stick that along the hat band, right? Isn't that cute? Now, like you could easily have dropped that hat band a little lower if you'd like. Now this is American Crafts yellow cardstock. And then, oh, that is some gold cardstock from American Crafts as well for the little jingle bell on the end of his hat. You could put one on each little point if you wanted to. Use enamel dots, whatever. Okay, so next we're going to do his little smile. That is American Crafts black cardstock, and then American Crafts white cardstock for the teeth, and then American Crafts red cardstock for the tongue. So just sort of lining everything up. They all fit together. Isn't that fun? And then I will add on the little nose as well. You could pop that up if you like, right? But I'm keeping things kind of flat. Adding a little tongue in there, because why not, right? Got to add the pink cheeks, because, you know, the world would end, right? And the same thing, Sakura white jelly roll pen in a number 10. So like I said, these are really easy, you know, and lots of fun to make. Now you could certainly use that circle die and cut out like a photograph And you can make an ornament out of a photograph if you'd like a picture, right? There it is. Isn't that cute? And I forgot the ears. And here are the ears. I forget things too. There we go. So like I said, you could use that little circle die to cut out a picture, your dog, whoever you want to put on your tree, you could do that. Okay, so next we have another ornament here. I'm using Plaid Polka Dot again from Doodlebug, and this is in the red, and I cut the base out of American Crafts red cardstock. So this is going to be a Santa body. And adding on the silver cardstock from American Crafts as well for the little hanger. Then this is American Crafts white cardstock. So this is just, white cardstock. You could use that kind of furry looking cardstock. That would be fun too. This is American Crafts black cardstock for the belt. See, everything kind of lines up with that circle. And then this is American Crafts gold cardstock. So these are really simple to make, right? They take no time whatsoever. And I think they're pretty straightforward. These are buttons that I cut out of American Crafts black cardstock, but you could use enamel dots, right? And there it is. Isn't that fun? Okay, now this guy's going to be a snowman. So I cut it out of American Crafts white cardstock. And then the little hat is cut from Doodlebug-Snow Much Fun. The patterns, right? There we go. You can kind of tilt it jauntily if you wanted to. I kind of had mine a little bit straighter up and down, but whatever you want to do. This is the pom-pom. And then I'll add on my little silver hook. That's American Crafts silver cardstock again. You'll see in the upper right, I cut out the little coal smile out of vellum, so I could use that as a placement guide. And then I cut the little coal pieces out of black cardstock. Now, they're all different sizes because it's coal, but that's a little tricky. So, you can use whatever you'd like, right? If you wanted to use little enamel dots and save yourself some time, you certainly could, right? But I will put this little guide in my packaging, so the next time I make one of these snowmen, I won't have any trouble putting in my little pieces. So I'm using my embellishment wand and some Barely Art glue, and I'll just pop those in place. And like I said, you could easily just put them down where you want them. You don't have to be so crazy like me, right? If I didn't have to have them exactly like they're meant to be, I wouldn't be doing this. I would just stick them down. But I kind of wanted them exactly where they're supposed to be because, again, I'm crazy like that. Okay, so slowly getting them in the right directions because they are all kind of, different shapes. Candace and Michelle keep me on my toes with these sometimes. There we go. But they look so darn cute when it's done, right? It looks so bloody cute. Like it's just like imperfect, right? Now I've got a little orange carrot nose cut from, this is American Crafts orange cardstock again. And I'm going to use these, I think it's called ICU, Shape Sprinkles from Doodlebug. And I'm just going to use these black ones for the eyes. And I am going to actually slip it under the carrot nose a little bit, just so it's in the right placement. And there he is. Isn't that cute? And there it is on a vertical A2 size card. Isn't that fun? Of course, I had to add the little pink cheeks in because, that's a little crazy and I wouldn't want to miss that. And of course, I had to add a highlight to his little nose, with my Sakura white Jelly Roll pen and a number 10. And there we go. So here are all of the ornaments. Aren't they fun? There we go. And these are all A2 size cards. And there it is. And there's the last one, the little reindeer. So thank you so much for, stopping by. Make sure to hop on over to the Jaded Blossom blog, be inspired by the team, the Jaded Blossom store, to get your hands on this awesome release. And thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.